Tracking devices are pretty cool little devices that can help you find your stuff back. You can put one inside your jacket and you know exactly, or hopefully exactly, where your jacket is at. A well-known tracker is of course the Apple AirTag. It's not exactly that expensive, for 39 euros, and you have one. But recently I walked in the store and I found this. This is a tracker I bought for less than $6. So I wonder, how bad or how good can such a cheap tracker actually be? Will it be able to find my stuff back? Can I locate this thing on a map in a city center or in a park? To test that, in this video I'm going to connect this cheap tracker to my phone, test it inside and test it outside in the park and in the city center to see if it's actually worth it. So this device is called the Fresh and Rebel Smart Finder. I bought it for exactly €5.95. The packaging itself looks very sturdy, which is already a good sign. You can get this tracker in different colors, something I like. You can get it in purple, blue, gray, white. Another cool thing is that you actually get a lanyard with it, which I already broke on the day I unboxed it. Unfortunately, I used a little bit of glue to make it a bit stronger and useful again. The setup is fairly easy. Turn it on, you connect it with Bluetooth, add it to the Google Find Hub app, and from there it's very easy to add it as a device. Personally, I really like how it looks. It looks sleek yet very playful. When the thingy is in the vicinity, your phone has no problem picking it up and letting you play the hot or cold game with your lost item. When the item gets further away, you can either see its last logged location on your phone or use the network. The Google Find Hub network uses other nearby devices in the vicinity to actually find back your device. So that works even for a long distance. This technique is called crowd surfing. They probably use something like Dijkstra's algorithm for that, which is very handy but maybe quite privacy sensitive. The tracker has a beeper on it, which you can trigger on your phone if you are nearby. It will beep for only 10 seconds, which is not that long, but it is still useful. Now let's actually test the tracker properly inside the house, inside the park, and in a city center. So at home in a less crowded area and in a more crowded area. So this is inside the home. As you can see, when the thing is really nearby, it says that it is indeed. Here it is. As you can see, it says that the device is very nearby, which is a good sign because that is indeed true. Here's the plan. I hide the tracker in the woods. Then I walk to a different place in the park and see if I can still track it with my phone. For this experiment, I turn on the network. So I'm in the park right now and I have the tracker here with me. My plan is to hide it here in this tree and walk to another side of the park, and let's see if I can still reach the tracker with my phone using the Find Hub network of Google. Strategically. Okay, I'm gonna hide it a little bit with a dry leaf. I think that should be good enough. Yeah. And I'm gonna choose for now with network everywhere. So this is only for tests. I don't think I'm gonna use this a lot because I'm concerned a bit about the privacy of this. And I'm gonna need to turn on the location. It literally has no idea where it is. That's already quite a bad sign, to be honest. It is connected though because it makes sound, so that's cool. Oh well, wait, hold on. Now it says it's very close. So if I'm gonna hold it right here, maybe it's yes. That works. So the app first thought the tracker was still at home, but I walked away a couple meters away and then it actually showed its proper location. So I just walked a little bit further, but now it does show me where it's at. So that is a good sign actually. I wonder why it actually took so long and why I had to walk away from it really, but yes, there it is where I left it behind. When I arrived at the different location in the park, unfortunately it wasn't able to find it back. It only showed me its last locked location, which was indeed hidden in the woods. So I'm in an entirely different location, as you can see. This is some beautiful water here and with a swan. And about right there, around there is where I left the tracker. So I'm going to be using the app again to see if I can actually find it back. So here we go. I'm gonna tap on it. I'm gonna see if we can find it back. It is pointing at the right location because I refreshed it right after I left. I was about 300 to 400 meters away from the device from here. On the way back to the device, I constantly was refreshing my phone to see if my phone could find the tracker back, but unfortunately that didn't work either. Only at about 30 or 40 meters away, I regained the connection with the tracker. So as I'm walking back, I'm refreshing it, and right now I am very close again, and it has found it back, but with slightly off location unfortunately, but it does say that the battery is okay. Alright, so let's pick it up. Let's see from how far we can actually find it. I mean, it kind of works, but it is very slow because now I'm about 10 meters away. It's about right that tree right there. And now it says device is further away. I should be aware that that thing can be stolen by any birds here trying to be cool and make a nest. There we go. I wonder how long this is going to last actually. Maybe that's the... So, I think I understand what it is doing. The app is trying to make it sound for like a minute long, but I think the inbuilt loudspeaker in this thing only works for 10 seconds. I think that's just a software thing they built. So the reason why this did not go as planned is, I think, because this was a Monday afternoon in the park. Who is going to the park then if you don't want to get fired from your job? Meaning there are not so many people around, so I think the network is just not performing as well as, for example, a crowded area, which was a bit sad because the app said that it would work in less crowded areas as well, but I'm not surprised that it didn't work. Maybe it also has to do with the fact that it was in a forest, and in a forest maybe the Bluetooth connection is a bit harder to establish. Whatever the reason may be, I decided to test it once again, but this time in the city center, which is a way more crowded area. So the next day we went to the city center. So I gave the tracker to my mom and I walked away to a different location. So then it's the next day and today we are at the city center, so it's a bit more crowded here and with success because my mom is with has the tracker with her and that did work indeed. The app was indeed able to find the tracker back even from quite a far distance and was even able to update it. This fresh and rebel tracker does actually get the job done, but only really in a crowded area. So for example, in a city center it performed pretty well, but in the park it did not do as well. So I do like that the app allows you to find your tracker back with directions with Google Maps, and it also gives directions of how close it is to the device when you are really nearby, but it is not as sleek as Apple does it with its AirTag, and when you can really point at it where it is at exactly and how far it is in units. It does the job well, but I wouldn't really rely on it too much. Just make sure you know where your stuff is at so you don't lose it. This indeed shows that technology does not need to be super duper expensive to work for your needs. But I just wish it was just a little bit better in a less crowded area. Maybe it has to do with the phone. This is a pretty cheap phone. Maybe it has to do with the tracker, maybe it just has to do with the Find Hub network. What I'm also concerned about a little is the privacy of the Google Find Hub network. When you want to locate your device from far away, you need to use the network via other people's devices around. I don't know, it just sounds a bit sketchy to me because it is Google, and maybe I distrust Google a little bit. So maybe I would reconsider using the Find Hub network all the time, or just turn it on if you want to look something up from a far distance and then turn it off as soon as possible. Alright, thank you for watching. Here's a video where I share several smartphone features that can save your life. And here's a playlist for more gadgets like this. Alright, see you in the next video.